Korean actor Lee Min Ho ongoing international, his restrained style, and dream travel, destination, the Korean actor and heartthrob talks about the difference between Hollywood and Korean productions, taking on as many roles as possible, and why he's saving the Northern Lights for later. Our shoot with Lee Min Ho in Seoul takes place in wintry February, where the temperatures outside are dipping, but in the studios, Lee Min Ho is warm and fully engaged. He greets our stylist with a firm handshake, and the shoot progresses at an energetic pace, a nod to both his professionalism, experience, and also how photogenic and telegenic he is. Since exploding on screens with his breakthrough role in 2009's Boys Over Flowers, the model-turned-actor and sometimes singer has been beloved by his fans both for his many gifts and for his devotion to both them and his acting roles. Lee says, "It's been 17 years since I started acting. Instead of approaching acting in the form of technique, I try to understand the role. So when I choose a role, from day one till filming ends, I try to see and feel things from that character's perspective, by getting into that character and bringing out the true identity of the character." Lee has evolved as an actor, proving his range in a string of star-making turns and even making his Hollywood debut in the Apple TV Plus series Pachinko in 2022. The starting date of the much-anticipated second season has yet to be confirmed, but is likely to premiere in the coming months. Despite his many memorable roles, Lee is not slowing down anytime soon. This year he is working on a film that he teases requires a lot of action scenes. For now, his hope is to wrap the shoot without any injuries. "I want to leave as many roles as I can in my 30 seconds. My goal for this year is to work as much as I can. I want to leave as many roles as I can in my 30 seconds. My goal for this year is to work as much as I can." On Pachinko, Lee shared what fans could expect in Season 2. This series of Pachinko is about the stories of the people living on the land. As the world evolves quickly, the essence of the story is about where we come from and where we need to move forward. So in Season 2, you really get to see deeper stories and feel more emotions. Hopefully you will enjoy it as much as the first season. On approaching his character Hansu for the second time, Lee says, "In Season 2, Hansu has grown and accomplished more things in his life, but as a human being, his character was placed in a circumstance where he was still weak emotionally, but in his relationship with Sunya and the child he had with her, he goes through many emotions, feelings and changes, and at times he breaks down as well. So it's nice to look out for those changes from Season 1. With Pachinko being his first Hollywood production, we asked him what the difference was in the working style between Hollywood and Korea. Basically, there isn't that much of a difference between a Hollywood production and a Korean production. However, all the crew coming together to work on an amazing project by doing their roles and sharing concerns towards the project makes things very competitive," he says. Upon reflection, Lee says that one big difference is that in Hollywood things are more detailed. For example, one person can handle one thing, but they will ossify and divide the work among many people to make it more efficient. Asia World Sea. Another project that Lee has coming up is Ask the Stars, a drama series set in space. He plays Gongryong, a gynecologist who travels to space to accomplish a mission. Since the character that I was playing is a gynecologist, I studied the basics of gynecology, like the procedures for surgery or delivering a child, and I asked advice from doctors as well. Also, I watched documentaries and movies about life and the birth of a child, and I came to appreciate life and the greatness of life too. Would Lee ever consider being a space tourist himself? His reply is philosophical. "I believe we all came from the universe, as our bodies are made out of atoms. In the perspective of the universe space, human beings cannot be explained or be expressed with words, but we are wandering beings. So from that point of view, I think we as human beings are floating in the universe." With his strapping good looks, Lee started out as a model, before being signed on by an agency for acting roles in 2005, and while he was still in school. On the way to global fame, he took up singing. "I started singing when I had my first role in a commercial as a singer. I started singing for my fans. I wanted to show my appreciation at fan meetings, but also to do something nice for them. So I sang a lot in my 20s, he says. "I don't enjoy a style that shows off too much. Because of my lifestyle, I like things that are simple but natural." Lee's relationship with his fans is symbiotic. They adore him and he receives positivity and support from them. Even now, whenever I make eye contact with my fans, I get good energy from them, am moved by them, and get a lump in my throat. Whenever I meet my fans for the first time, I hear the reasons why they became my fans, and listening to their stories is always amazing. For example, a fan from Japan told me how she became despondent after losing her husband, but she was comforted by watching my dramas and regained the will to live. So stories like these encourage me to become a better actor. With such positive affirmation, it's little wonder that Lee Min Ho continues to accept new projects. Though Lee always looks impeccable in his roles and at events, in real life he favors an understated approach to fashion. I don't enjoy a style that shows off too much. Because of my lifestyle, I like things that are simple and natural. The things he enjoys doing in his spare time are also similarly low-key. These days, I enjoy cycling. It is an exercise that requires strength to paddle, so I get to ride at the speed I want. One huge advantage of cycling is that I can relieve my stress by riding. Even though he travels the world for shoots and appearances, there's one region that is on his bucket list. I don't really have a dream destination. For me, it is about the company that you travel with. However, I haven't been to the northern part of Europe yet on purpose. I want to see the Aurora Borealis and I am saving it for later. So Iceland is a destination that I haven't been to.